Okay, like I showed you over in part two there. Mm, I got you a little confused to why I showed you that. I'm giving you examples, okay? What I'm doing is showing you examples of why we wind up with killers, people killing one another, okay? And how come there's been so many of them throughout history, okay? And when you rush to the cop out card, that's what I want to call it, the cop out card. See, the cop out card is when you say they're mental, okay? Sure, they might be mental at the time they did what they did, but nobody wants to look any further than that. You just want to pass it off as, oh, they were always mental. They were born mental. Or their parents' fault. Yeah, that's right. You look for the blame. You look for that cop-out card. Anything to go around what's really going on. Anything to not actually look into what's going on. Why these people are doing this. So that's why I showed you that. Now I got some other examples, and I'm sure you're going to say, what am I showing you this for too? But you'll see as we go, okay? So watch up. I got some more to show you.
Who doesn't like beauty? Be honest, we all like to enjoy a glance, even a second look. But manners and etiquette tell us to look quietly. Heaven forbid, don't do this.
Come on. Come back to Papa, baby. Come to Papa.
Hey, come and get it, right here.
It's the morning rush hour in Hoboken, New Jersey. The joggers are out, and our What Would You Do actress is dressed for the gym. What better way to start the day than hearing a compliment?
What kind of workout you doing today?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, I feel it. I sense it. I smell it.
If you need us, we'll be right over here.
But that smile can quickly turn when men don't know when to stop. As you might have guessed, these construction workers are actually professional actors, dressed up from steel toe to hard hat.
Hey, listen, I could tell my wife canceled dinner, and you and I could have dinner if you want.
You're disgusting. Why don't you go do some work
I'm
instead of
just
standing...
playing with you,
No,
sweetheart. I
it's
don't
really
mean
not funny. Can you guys stop? I mean, really, please?
You said you wanted to
Why are
work
you so disrespectful? It's so not necessary for you guys to be so disrespectful. What makes you think that that's okay?
It's okay.
It's
Come
not
on, It happens
okay.
to you all the time, I'm
It
sure.
does not happen to me all the time. Never been so... Don't even get close to
We
me.
don't mean any harm. We're just kidding.
This man, clearly within earshot of our construction workers, leaves after he gets his breakfast.
I'm being nice. Look at her. She's
This
beautiful.
doesn't matter. You don't treat people that way. What's wrong? Can I apologize on their behalf?
Are you apologizing for men in general or just
If I
them?
have to.
Minutes later, we catch up with David Marakovsky.
What bothered you? It almost seemed like they were attacking her on a certain level. And, I mean, we all live in society. We all have to behave a certain way. And that was out of line. I know if someone was doing that to my wife, I would not be happy about it.
Or your sister?
Or my sister, or my any friend.
Back at the streetcar, our construction workers are not letting up. And this woman gives our actress some sisterly advice.
You should just stop talking to them. You're just fueling their ignorance. Just ignore them, and they shut up.
After hearing more lewd comments, this man has had enough. It doesn't take long for him to walk over and explain to the workers that what they're doing is a crime.
Seriously enough, you're actually verging on the line of sexual assault. I all the cops on you guys.
There's no assault here, man.
Yeah,
Come
actually
on.
it is. Actually it is.
Assault?
Are you a lawyer?
You
I don't
kidding me?
think so.
Are you?
Yeah, actually I am. Actually I am. And I don't want you treating her like that.
After confronting the workers, he heads off to work. Studies show that 80% of women have been victims of street harassment.
They stop and like look you up and down.
You know, I think they think it's flattering, but it's kind of obnoxious to me.
Oh yeah, come here, come here, come here.
It's a problem so pervasive that the New York City Council held a public hearing last month to confront the issue. And there's even a new iPhone application called Hollaback, allowing women to text the exact location where the street harassment is taking place.
Yeah, no, now you're going to think that I'm way off cue there, ain't you? What does beauty have to do with the mind of a killer? Isn't that what you're saying? What do these examples in this rehearsed stage event on the street have to do with anything? It has a whole lot to do with everything. It really does. Okay, it really does. It has a whole lot to do with everything. See, for one, social conditioning. And these women are complaining about being harassed, ain't they? Yeah, well, I'm sure they are. Let's take some looks at some examples of why these women are being, well, harassed, okay? I got some other things to show you here. And as soon as I'm showing you this, then I'll break it down for you and tell you how it fits into the mind of the killer, okay? So watch out.
Our whole society seems geared to discussing the weaknesses of male nature. I'd personally like a little space to discuss the weaknesses of female nature. Women like to see themselves as a cut above men, as good as men and then some, a sort of men plus. They're as good and they can have children.
Women have always had complex lives. They've always had, much more than men, they've always had to be able to juggle the challenges of home and community and themselves and their workplace.
But rather than the ability to produce children putting women above men, it's quite possibly the only thing that puts women on a par with men at all. There is power in the female image. Just a hint of shapes is enough. This is why women strive to achieve this shape. It's a continual attempt to achieve power over men.
These are the latest trend, apparently. Padded knickers to give you a J-Lo sort of behind. No, this is... right.
The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer made a study of women in the 19th century. He observed that women's major flaws include vanity, selfishness, a lack of a sense of justice, and the desire to manipulate men. He described how women basically love themselves. He noted that women have their natural weapons, just as men have theirs, and he didn't see women as innocent and passive, as we seem determined to do today. Men are very honest and upfront if they like a woman, and yet this honesty from men is criticised as shallow.
Every guy's IQ drops 50 points when she walks in a room. When do guys stop acting so stupid, Mom?
When they close the lid on the coffin.
Women actually dare to suggest that liking a woman for what she is somehow bad, compared with her technique of choosing a man. Her method involves finding out his salary, what car he drives, and if he owns his own house.
Look over there. It's a woman who respects you despite your low status and tiny income.
Where? I don't see a woman who respects me despite my low status and tiny income.
Who are you, and what gives you the right to barge into people's homes?
I'm Dr. Craig Ehrlich.
Oh. Well, do sit down. Take off those shoes. Perhaps a quick foot massage and a dozen or so years of wedded bliss. What, am I the only one who heard the word doctor?
It's important for men to get their money right. Women, it's important for you to get your money right, but it's not as important for you as it is for us. Why, women? Because no one will ever not fuck you because you're broke.
Big expensive cars are not an extension of the male penis, but rather an extension of women's greed.
A man yesterday told me if I buy a car, I must buy one with a pussy magnet.
He means a car that women will like.
Yes, but where you keep this magnet?
No, there's no magnet. No, it's just, he means the vehicle. Women love the Hummers.
A woman chooses a man for what he can do for her, whereas a man chooses a woman for what she is.
Okay, what'd you see there? Yeah. Now, the reason I showed you that is because that's the truth. That's called division. Okay, that is what they call division. And it's that division right there that also leads to, well, the mind of the killer. Because one wants to be above the other. Isn't that what we have going on in today's society? Yeah. And who do we have to blame for that? Well, we have our media. We have our newspapers, we have our music, we have our books, we have our magazines. Everything that you heard right there is 100% truth. Okay? Through our ability to be above another person, through our ability to think that we're better than another person, through our ability to treat the others around us like shit, to know in 1 to 5 seconds if we even want to know them. Okay, do you follow where I'm going here? And through that ability, what do? We keep dumping on person after person after person after person after person, that's right. And then, of course, we got the sex, the pornography that's replaced love in today's world, money and the big cars that you've seen there. So that has a lot to do with this, too. So let's watch up. I got something else to show you, and I'll be right back with you.
Free spirits. Nice guys.
Bad boys.
Rich.
Rich.
Men are not the only players, the ones who initiate an approach and who control the dynamic when it comes to chatting up women. When a woman puts on makeup and perfume and gets dressed up to go out, she's being sexually aggressive, calculating, and predatory. A man generally knows that although he's making the first move when he goes over to chat to a woman, The woman actually made the first move before she left the house. We glorify women as beautiful and men as merely functional. The Hollywood image of women is nothing less than amazing perfection. Women are gorgeous, or at least they are after hours of makeup. But these women don't really look like this. On your website, why do you show pictures of famous, attractive women in no makeup and then in makeup side by side?
Those particular images, I like them because I think that the camera is the biggest liar of all, when it can be, you know, women are dolled up in front of the camera, made to look wonderful. And, you know, women, by and large, are trained to cover themselves in various bits and bobs to heighten their attractiveness, and I think those images contrasting Hollywood celebrity looking glamorous in one photograph with her looking positively normal and average, and in some cases quite horrible, in a photograph taken when she was not aware of it, not posing for it, and not covered in the aforementioned materials. I think it's worth, especially to young men. Men are easily fooled by the way women look. I mean, they really are. You know, they're what's the word? Gullible. Easily fooled, easily misled, and easily infatuated.
Yes, there you go. There you go, right there. That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, you see what they've done? Do you really see what they've done here? They've placed one above the other. They've classified one to be smarter than the other, more beautiful than the other, more everything than the other. That's right. Creating complete division, separating us as genders, okay? Making one role have to do everything, work their butt off, be successful, be this, be that, be this and be that. And if you can't be this or you can't be that, or you're not successful, or you're not this, or you're not that, you don't deserve anybody, you don't deserve anybody. And then, of course, you've got the social conditioning that the school put on to you and the government did by teaching you natural selection, that's right. Biology, that's right. Biology in school, teaching you natural selection, teaching you about undesirables, that's right. And beauty and passing the gene, that's right, an animalistic world, that's right. And because of that ability that they put in your faces, okay, and because of one gender being pushed above another, one gender having to do all the work, and because of everything being pushed towards pornography, well, it leads to things like this. Let me show you.
Lakeland police are releasing few details about what actually happened inside an apartment here that left a woman brutally murdered and a neighborhood on edge. Why? That's the question neighbors are asking after police found 53-year-old Robin Windsor murdered in her apartment Friday. Police aren't saying much about what happened behind apartment door H85, but whatever did happen, investigators described it as a brutal homicide.
It's kind of rough killing a person in the same neighborhood you're living in, you know, and you don't know who did it.
I was just frightened. There was a lot of things going on. I mean, a whole bunch of police over here.
Neighbors described Windsor as a quiet woman who would smile, but mostly keep to herself.
Yeah, very quiet.
I never seen her mess with nobody. She passed by you, she speak, you know, and she was a nice person, you know.
And what makes this crime even more bizarre, neighbors say there didn't appear to be any signs of forced entry, either through the door or windows. Investigators tell us if you have any tips to please give them a call, even if those tips are minor. They say they could be crucial to this investigation. In Lakeland, Josh.
So what did you see there? Yeah, it happened again, didn't it? Yeah, that's what it led to. Okay? It also leads to things like, well, follow me over to part 3 here, and I'm going to show you something else, okay? Because I got a bit to go on this, so follow me over to part 3 and I'll see you there.